Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the StudioDork Podcast, episode 20. So exciting. My name is Gary.
Why are you going to do that?
And also with me is...
Come on, man.
Tell them who you are. They don't know who you are.
Episode 19, not 20.
Tell them who you are.
I know what you're doing. Come on, man. I don't...
Yeah.
Come on.
Just kidding, guys. It's episode 19. But sometimes you gotta make people angry to get their emotions out of them.
Why? My emotions were already out.
Good.
All right. Awesome. So, episode 19.
Yes.
Of the StudioDork Podcast.
Yep.
All right. So, I guess...
So, I showed you that it's 19, but then I still said 20.
Yeah, I know.
Take that.
I know what you're doing.
Take that.
So, I'm Cameron, and with me is Gary.
Hey, no, don't flip it.
Well, you're not moving the show along. You're just talking.
I told them who we are already.
Oh, did you? Okay, well, anyways, so get ready to listen to
you need this. You need this energy.
Yeah, well, get ready to listen to some interesting stuff, right?
Hey, that thing is dying already. When I say that, you say that. No, I say that, so you say that.
I said that a long time ago, and you were just
Two
like, no.
podcasts ago?
No, it's like 4. I don't know.
No, guys, but what he says, get ready to listen to some interesting stuff.
Of course.
That's where we cut.
Into music.
There's be music. Probably the music already finished playing already, or kind of like so. It's like
maybe it's fading in right now.
We'll see. We'll see how the engineer does it.
Yeah. We'll see how
he likes that. Look at the smile. Look at that smile.
How you
He got me engineer. That was so cool.
No. Okay. So what have you been up to this week?
It's been pretty slow at the office. Actually, I got some very good clients within the last couple of days. Today was extremely busy. I was running around all around town. Mm-hmm. In meetings. Everything went really good with all of them. So now I might be a little bit overwhelmed. So we'll see what happens with that as far as work goes. And it's all really, really good stuff. Mm-hmm. Stuff I would love doing.
Well, that's cool,
I love doing. And I already started today a little bit on some of them. Super non-disclosure stuff. I wonder how much of that I could talk about without getting arrested.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of
course.
All right.
So like one of the clients, it's gonna be a few websites for one of it for the product and one for another idea that they have.
Okay.
Which I'm helping them develop. Mm-hmm. And it's gonna be like a grid system thing, but I'm doing all that stuff from scratch for some specific platforms, which I'll keep confidential for now.
That's cool.
The non-disclosure was crazy. It was like 20 pages of all these different things and all these different signatures everywhere, and it was pretty strict. So I just want to make sure that. That I don't reveal too much information, but yeah, so that and then some publication stuff involved with that as well, which we'll be using that system that we're gonna make ourselves, and that's one client. And another client is gonna be like an application that they developed, and they need a lot of UI stuff and a lot of interface stuff and user experience stuff that I'll be helping them do, and yeah,
so
was pretty exciting actually. I wish I could say more about it, but I can't.
Oh well, give us the update.
I will give all you guys all that stuff
when you are able to. When your
path is so cool.
I know.
My phone broke.
Yeah, there's a Super Bowl party over here.
Hey, come on, man. That's private information.
What's the private information?
Oh yeah, there was a little football thing going on. Not too big, whatever.
I didn't say it was big.
Hey, come on, man. Now you told me everything.
Come on.
No, yeah. So we had a little party with the football, a little get together, and I'm not sure exactly what happened, but the next morning my phone wasn't working correctly. I can hear people, but people couldn't hear me, so I'm not positive I must have dropped it or what. Mm-hmm. So I was panicking a little bit because I had clients and stuff calling me, and I wasn't able to answer my phone or communicate with them properly.
Yeah.
I started panicking and trying to figure out what's going on. I formatted my phone and everything, and it still didn't fix it. Mm-hmm. So I made an appointment at the Apple Store, and rushed over there, and they exchanged. My warranty's up already.
Yeah.
So, and I have the iPhone 4. So basically, I just switched it. Paid $150.
Okay.
And switched it and got a new. But they gave me a brand new one. It's not refurbished or anything, but it's still the 4, not the 4S, which I'm fine with. And on my old iPhone, I was on the I think I was on the 4.0 OS, my old operating system, but I never really got around to updating it, and I just was happy with how things were, so I just kept it. But now I'm on the 5.01.
Yeah.
So I have all the new stuff, and even though the stuff, I mean, it's new to me. People who have had iPhones like yourself and other people, they're accustomed to all this stuff. But there's a lot of interface changes, a lot of little subtle animations, a lot of little things that are way better, way improved. Mm-hmm. So I'm for me, it's all new stuff again, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
And I'll talk about some other stuff later on in the show, about some other stuff in there.
Okay.
Later's right now, yeah.
Okay. Anything else going on besides like this weekend or last week or anything?
What else could be going on?
I don't know. I'm just asking.
What a rude question. You're so rude.
All right.
No, you're not rude. I'm joking. No, everything. That's pretty much the main stuff going on.
Okay.
My grandma's good. My grandma's a little better. They gave her like my grandma was a little bit sicker, and they gave her like some kind of shot or something. So now she's walking and stuff better. So she's able to make me food faster. I want to visit her.
All right.
Just kidding. No, yeah, but she is feeling better and stuff. So that's good.
That's cool. Good, man.
And then we're recording a little bit earlier than normally today. He's busy and he's popular and stuff, right?
Yeah, super duper popular.
See how I transitioned it to you without asking you what's been going on?
When we run a site like StudioDork, of course, we gotta be busy, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I guess.
Yeah, no, I know you've been busy for sure because we got all these different podcasts coming on and everything. You've been working like a dog, right?
They've already heard them, but yeah, last week.
Because this is the future.
Yeah, we're in the future right now. But last week, 4 podcasts came out, 4 extra podcasts. So what we did is we caught up to so we're on a 1 week lag now instead of a month lag. So you're going to be getting shows
like
just 1 week behind. Yeah.
A week after we record them, you guys will be getting them most likely from now on, something like that.
Yeah.
Give and take a few days, possibly.
Yeah, so that's really good. I'm super psyched on that, and I've been getting good feedback on the show released today already.
So your mom liked it?
My mom did. She really liked it. She thought that you had a very cute voice.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Come on, that's your mom,
dog. But yeah, so that was good. And then we released the Vidi review, which people have been giving good feedback on that. And then this week we're going to do the podcast we like. That's going to come out. Or that's already out for you guys. And then for me,
we posted a thing on Path of both of our pictures, and people are making comments. Already one person said, "Poor Cameron."
Yeah, because Gary put his feet in my face.
They weren't in your face; they were right here, and they're clean. I took a shower like a few days ago.
Yeah, I know, European style, right? But yeah, so this week was interesting. So this week on Monday I went and saw War Horse. You heard about this new Steven Spielberg movie? Yeah. Did you see it?
I haven't seen it. How'd you like it?
I thought it was good. I don't know if it was Best Picture, but if it's gonna be Best Picture, but it's definitely very emotional. It's like a roller coaster ride from the beginning to the end, and I really enjoyed it. It's just what it sounds like.
I can't imagine you crying. It's hard.
There's some secrets.
So if I take your iMac away,
I wouldn't cry. I would probably we'd get into a dark
hit me.
Fight. We'd get into a dark fight. No,
does dark fight involve pillows and feathers?
Maybe.
Okay.
Only if it's on camera.
In HD.
Yeah, in HD, of course.
Okay.
But yeah, so War Horse really good. I recommend it. Some of the people I was with didn't really like it, but it's because they said it was slow. But I like a lot of movies, and I've even been known to like some really not so good movies. So I may be completely wrong, but I'm gonna give it a recommendation.
Cool.
And another movie that I watched this week was Attack the Block. It's made by the guys that made Shaun of the Dead, and it's basically about these inner city kids that aliens come down and crash in their like neighborhood, and they're like these little like gangster kids, and they decided they're gonna beat up all these aliens.
What hood are they from?
They're from some hood in the UK.
Okay.
But it got really good reviews and stuff, and it hit the film festival scene like really crazy, and it got a lot of awards, and so I decided to check it out, and it was pretty good. I would recommend it. Attack the Block. And then what else did I do? I think that's pretty much what I did. I mean, as far as like
you went to the beach.
Oh yeah, I went to the beach this weekend. That was cool. We shot a ton of video footage.
I didn't go, just you went.
Yeah, I invited, but you were kind of in the middle of something.
What was I doing? I was doing laundry.
Yeah, you were doing laundry at the time. Next time I'll invite you a little bit sooner. But it was cool, and we shot a ton of... And I didn't tell you about some of the video footage that we shot.
Because you kept it a secret from me.
No, because this video footage, like, it's hard to explain because it's super cool. Like, we went on... you've been down to the pier, right, at Santa Monica?
Of course.
Yeah, you know the Scrambler?
Well,
there's a ride called the Scrambler there. And so,
that thing was weird.
Me and the 2 people that I went with, my friend Jesse and then her boyfriend, we sat down in the Scrambler, and he has... Okay, so this is his little camera. I'm going to bring this topic up now. Called a GoPro camera. We've talked about it once before.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah, he bought one of those, and he's a film major right now. He's going to school in Vegas. And he brought it with him, and so we went on a bike ride, and he like had this rig that strapped to his chest so he could like film from like his point of view. And then we were out in the ocean. He would like set the camera down, and we'd like crowd around it and let the waves come over it, so you can get shots of like waves and stuff. And then we were doing stuff where we were like throwing it at birds and stuff. It's like super tough, and it's like super small. And so we were doing a lot of stuff like that. And then we went on the rides, and he had these like sticky adhesive mounts. We were sticking them on the side of the ride. So then when it was going like on the Ferris wheel, on the scrambler, and then they were using a 7D, or is it, yeah, 7D Canon, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty cool camera.
Yeah, and they were using like a fisheye or wide angle lens, and they were filming us on the scrambler, so it's up at us in this wide angle shot.
Cool, it'd be cool to see that.
Yeah, so we were doing a ton of stuff like that, just shooting a bunch of video footage, and I posted some of the stuff on Vidi. You probably saw it if you follow me on Vidi.
I saw some of the stuff you posted.
Yeah, so that stuff was cool, and then
you posted it on Path and Facebook too.
Yeah, Path, Facebook, Vidi. That was my day at the beach essentially.
Vidi liked the article that we released, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Now they've started following us.
Yeah, they follow us on Twitter.
It's
so
really good.
We gave them a pretty good review, so we both liked it.
It was pretty in depth.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it to be that in depth, but once I started getting into it, there was just a lot of features. I would have probably liked to add more, but I know that like adding too much sometimes it will stave people off, you know.
I think it might be a little bit more than normally, but I think it's just enough.
Yeah, I think in the future what we need to do is maybe gather visual assets as well, so then it breaks up the paragraphs a little bit more, so you're not just reading a big block of text.
So then you guys don't get bored. You guys see some you read something, and then you're able to see some visual stuff, and then you read something again, and then visual stuff again. So it's not just a block of text and then images.
Yeah, and I did put a ton of videos, so like a bunch of videos that we had posted at the time. So I figure what I usually do when I get to articles, I just scroll way down to the bottom and see if there's any pictures or videos. I may be out of the ordinary, but
no, that's usually what people do.
Yeah, so I just figured that's what people are going to do. So if they didn't want to read the article, they could just go down to the videos, you know. And then I did watch one other movie, and I just thought about it. There's a movie called The Transcendent Man. It's a documentary about this guy named Kurzweil. And he came up with this idea about the singularity, and what the singularity is, it's when man and machine meld together to form like a higher being. It was basically just a documentary where they just talked to a bunch of physicists about all this different stuff, about all this technology, that it's real, and how they might be able to bring people back to life someday in the future, and all this stuff. And this guy, Kurzweil, was saying that he thinks within the next 20, 25 years, but everyone else is saying not probably for another like 500 years, so... It's a very interesting documentary. I'd definitely check it out if you're into physics or any of the like future.
Does it sound realistic, or is it more kind of like fictional?
No, he wrote a book about it, and he wrote it from a standpoint of like
science.
Yeah,
Darwin.
This guy Kurzweil, at age 19, he designed a like big computer that could read and write music or something. Was it Apple or PC? I don't think it was either, sorry.
Okay.
That was your joke for...
No, it was a serious question.
Yeah, I know. Well, he was, this was in like 1940 or 1950 or something.
So what you're saying is it didn't have the Thunderbolt technology yet?
No, not yet. No,
okay.
Not yet, but definitely soon. But he now, people look at him, and everything that he has projected for technology and all kinds of stuff like that has come true.
Or close to true.
Or very, very close to true, yeah, exactly. And so this guy is like really high regarded.
So it's like Nostradamus?
Except for this guy bases it on trends and technology that has progressed, so it's a little
logic.
different. Yeah, logic rather than off of just prophecy type thing like Nostradamus was. So, but definitely check it out. It's Transcendent Man, and yeah, that's pretty much what I did recently.
Nostradamus is Jewish.
Oh yeah. You know this Jewish kid.
Hey, come on! I'm just giving you information. I know a thing or two about nothing.
Gary came home the other day and goes,
"Come on, it's private information."
He was like, "Hey, fool, I'm the chosen one." And I was like, "What?"
I talk like that? I say fool?
But
anyways, so Twitter.
Yeah, what's up with Twitter? What's going on?
Nothing. Just Twitter.
Oh, just Twitter?
No, there's somebody, I'm not sure where I got this information from,
mm-hmm.
but I found it interesting, so I'm just going to read it to you guys in a language such as English.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to try and read it in Russian. I was going to be like, you're going to just, half our audience is going to go away.
So we'll only be left with like one person?
Maybe two. And two people that were at our Super Bowl party. They will definitely be listening.
So I found this online. We'll include this in the show notes. This is just some stuff I thought. Some of it, most of it makes sense. Okay, so... this is some rules for students and teachers, okay? Rule 1, find a place you trust and then try trusting it for a while.
Okay.
Okay?
So,
okay. Rule 2, general duties of a student. Pull everything out of your teacher, pull everything out of your fellow students. Okay. Rule 3, general duties of a teacher. Pull everything out of your students. They're repeating that?
Okay.
Rule 4, consider everything an experiment. Rule 5, be self-deplimented. Is that what it says? Did I say it wrong?
Be self-disciplined. This means finding someone wise or smart and choosing to follow them. To be disciplined is to follow in a good way. To be self-disciplined is to follow in a better way. So basically it's just saying, like, you can be disciplined, but if you're self-disciplined where you actually set goals for yourself and you got a lot of you keep yourself on track, then you're actually going to be better than if you were to just be normally disciplined. Because you could be disciplined by anybody. A cop could come up and tell you, like, you're driving too fast, but that doesn't make you better. But if you realize that you're driving too fast, you're already ahead of the game. You don't need the cop to come up and discipline you. I think it's something like that.
So if you're crazy...
And you know you're crazy, then...
You're better than the regular person that's crazy that doesn't know that they're crazy?
Exactly, yeah.
Huh.
That kind of works, actually. I think it'll work for anything.
I think that works for my craziness.
Oh, yeah, your craziness? Alright, we'll see. Because we're going to test that.
I read that word wrong.
Discipline, yeah. It's okay, though. It's cool.
We're supposed to be professionals here.
But this list, it sounds really good, actually.
There's more. There's a couple more things, but we'll include that in the show notes, and then people can go on it. I don't want to misread any other words.
But I definitely like it's a good example of, like, when we were in design school, you definitely pulled a lot more out of the instructors than most people did. I mean, near the end, I did more, or we both kind of did a lot, but it just feels like that's one thing about college that I realized when we were in college was a lot of people just kind of went in, whatever the teacher said, they
kind of went with the flow,
and they kind of just went for, like, the minimum or, like, the medium amount. But there's certain people that those are the people that stand out. They go in, they really ask a lot of questions, they try to get as much information as they can out of the teacher, and if the teacher's a good teacher, then they'll do the exact same. So then they're both pulling the best that they can out of both of each other, and I mean, only really good things can come out of that, essentially. So I really, that's a really good...
Spoken on best teachers, though, like, a teacher doesn't necessarily have to be a good designer to be a good teacher.
No,
actually, in most cases, but the better teachers are worse designers.
Yeah, that's
what I've seen.
That's what we've talked about this before, not on the show, but yeah, so some of the better designers, they don't necessarily want to be a teacher, so they're not a very good teacher.
Especially when they don't want it, when they know all these, like, really cool tricks and techniques, and they might not want to show that to other people. They're making money with these tricks and techniques.
Yeah,
possibly.
Exactly.
That's just one. That's just one theory.
Yeah, totally, man. I mean, especially, like, I don't know, just especially, I have a few teachers in mind that I'm, like, thinking of, but I don't want to say names, but let's just drop it. I got nothing.
You got awkward. Your face got more redder than your shirt.
Yeah, I'm wearing a red shirt right now.
Someone works at Target. Part-time.
Cool. Yeah, totally, part-time. I'm a designer at Target.
No, Target has good designs, though.
I know. I designed their entire identity.
Were you on Target?
Yeah, I was totally on Target. Stay on Target. Stay on Target.
Hey,
It's a Star Wars reference, by the way.
Why you gotta whisper it?
Because I don't want them to know that you're not dorky enough to know a Star Wars reference.
Wait, are you starting a fight?
I'm not starting another dork fight. Don't worry. We've done enough of those.
Dork House Dork Fest! What the?
Okay.
That doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't make any sense, but that's cool.
Why'd you get awkward for no reason?
Why do you think?
I know why, but it doesn't even matter.
I know. But yeah, so Twitter.
Did you give a shout out to Arnell and Steph for their engagement?
No, I didn't. Should we? Should we do that?
We shouldn't. Just continue doing what we're doing.
We talked about Arnell before.
Of course, yeah.
Arnell Balia, he went to school with us.
Good friend of ours from school.
And he's a really good illustrator and designer.
He's drawn me. And
yeah, he's drawn
like
both
me.
of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's drawn me.
I understand he's drawn you.
And he made my nose big.
I know.
Because my nose is big.
Yeah, you brought that up on, like, the third or fourth episode. You were like, hey, I didn't know he drew me. And you showed me, and I was like, they can't see it. So, but yeah, so Arnell and his girlfriend, or fiance now, Stephanie. Yep. Stephanie went to school with us too. She was a visual effects major, or motion graphics, something like that.
Yeah.
But
they're both pretty talented. They're both very talented, actually.
Yeah.
And they're both our listeners of our podcast, and we just wanted to
give them a shout out.
We wanted to give them a shout out, and we wanted to congratulate them. So congratulations, guys.
Yeah. So while we're at it, should we do David as well? Because he got engaged too, but it was before them.
Absolutely.
So David Dinosaur Resto, we call him Dinosaur because He did the Marvel Dinosaurs. You could probably find him online if you just look up Marvel Dinosaurs. That's him.
We just gave him like 2 new customers.
We totally did. Hopefully he sells a ton of prints.
But the reason I mentioned them is because I know they listen to us.
Oh, okay.
And David, I'm not sure if he listens to us.
He might not,
but still, you're right. He deserves that.
Yeah, totally. So David, do you know his? I think his girlfriend's name like Amelia. I've never actually met his girlfriend. Have you? Or his fiance?
But she wears glasses.
I don't know. She seems like a really cool person from all the stuff that he's talked about and stuff. So
positive. Everybody's positive that we're talking about. Everybody seems positive.
Yeah. So, but we just want to congratulate both of them on their engagements and see you guys at the wedding. Right? That gets us an invite, right?
Wait, does that mean you're the flower dork? Does that mean you're the flower dork?
I guess we can be flower dorks.
Wait, what's the sweet stuff?
Yeah, why not? What? You don't want to be together?
Whoa.
Can't we go together?
You just got realistic.
You could be my plus one. Right?
But Google's dying. What the?
Oh, that was no.
Google plus one.
Yeah, I know what you were doing.
There's one person out there laughing at that one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but yeah. So congratulations.
Congratulations, guys.
And definitely, while you're at it, Arnell, their site isn't up yet, but Arnell and Stephanie, they actually run I don't know what to really call it. It's called.
Is it last week of Friday month?
Well, they do First Friday down in Vegas where they sell prints and stuff of all these illustration things that they do. And it's called the NinjaBot, basically, or the ninjabot.com. I don't think it's up yet, but you can definitely go there and like subscribe to their feed before it starts and subscribe to their email list or whatever. But they do some really great work, and if you're interested in getting prints done or something like that, definitely check out the ninjabot.com while we're here. And
congratulations to Cameron and vegetarian food.
What? Yes, I'm vegetarian, and I've been vegetarian for 4 years.
But you got engaged to it, no?
Did I get engaged to vegetarian food?
I don't know. I saw a Jack in the Box commercial the other day where he was marrying
bacon.
He was marrying bacon,
I
so
that's where
that's where I got that from.
Yeah, but yeah. So after that and Twitter's. And
so we just wanted to bring those guys up because we went to school with them and I think other people that don't know who they are, they're like, why are you guys talking about them? What's going on? What's going on over here? And all that stuff, but.
Yeah, well, we've featured some of our Arnell stuff in some of the daily
and we've talked about it. We've talked about actually all of them before in our past podcasts. So
yeah, totally. So
everybody's cool.
So
have you ever done the long holds on your buttons on your iPhone?
Long holds? Or
pressing the button like longer and seeing the second functionality of what buttons can do? It's pretty interesting.
Yeah?
Watch. Can you guys see? You guys listening? Can you see?
They can't see.
Get out of here!
Guest star.
Alright, anyways, yeah. So, like, there's multiple... I'm calling long hold. I don't know what it's called. I don't really know exactly, like, what...
Okay.
But, like, when you hold certain buttons and, like, certain things happen.
Are you talking about in the keyboard, right?
Yeah, in the keyboard.
Like when you're typing
on an iPhone or iPad. So, like, for a period, you get 3 periods.
Yeah,
like
so for a period, you can get, like, a ... type situation.
There was a lot of other ones, and now I'm losing them.
Okay, well, you're basically just saying there's more functionality.
There is, and you guys could just test it out and see. It's pretty cool.
That's cool, man. I didn't even know about that.
Like, a lot of them, but now I'm
not Right now, you're failing. I don't see anything new. I see none.
So you said I'm failing and normally in life?
Oh, look at those. All right, you convinced me for a second.
Tell them.
Yeah, so there is, what is that, an apostrophe? No, it's an
I don't know, it's the English language. Who knows?
Yeah, so the apostrophe, so now it has the 4 styles of apostrophes, because there's like the true style.
And then look, the backwards thing.
Oh yeah, so an exclamation point.
That's like Spanish or French.
Yeah, so if you're typing
it's pretty cool. Language. And I know that most people don't know. And look, backwards question mark. If you hold a question mark, upside down.
Yeah.
And yeah, so just like other little things like that. I don't know how relevant that is, but yeah, it's.
Well, now if I ever type in Spanish, I can totally be like.
I'm just trying to give people stuff that's not like super Yeah, you know.
Yeah, totally. I didn't know.
Just quick little things like that. Also, another thing, since this is my first couple of days using 5.0 or 5.01 since I was on 4.0.
Yeah.
Did you know you can have custom vibration sounds for each person? Not sounds, but custom vibration tone.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I have 2 on mine, yeah.
And that's like not, I didn't see that documented anywhere. I don't know if that came out in the 5.01 update or if it just came out straight in the 5.0. I'm not positive. That's a really cool thing.
That is cool, yeah.
Yeah, so like when the phone is in your pocket and it goes like 3 times, for example, you know it's your mom or whoever is texting you or whatever.
Oh, it's that specific?
Yeah, I thought it was you can customize it per person.
Okay, because mine is like, my email is just 1 and then my...
No, you could customize each thing per person. Extremely cool.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool, man.
So like,
I'm down with
I'll
that.
show you. Like, so if you go in the little edit to the whoever you're texting or whatever, and you go right there where it says
Oh, vibration heartbeat.
vibration heartbeat, but you gotta activate it by default. It's not. It's in the settings. So you
interesting.
activate that,
Yeah.
and then so there's different ones that you can choose that exist there,
Yeah.
or you can go to create new vibration. Have you ever done this?
Oh, and you just tap?
You tap, watch, so you just go boop, 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 and then you say stop. And now it's going to be what I just did. The exact ones in the exact
that's
place.
crazy, man.
So cool, and I didn't see this documented anywhere.
Wow, that is really, really
Like,
neat.
I haven't heard
Yeah.
anybody talking about this. I really didn't see any articles. It's not really, like, a known thing.
Yeah.
Or unless I just missed it. I don't know. So, I just wanted to bring that up to you and to our listeners and show you guys that.
Do you think that we could make, like, a hot beat for the
With the-
vibration? And then I'm down
So
with
many
that.
jokes, so
I
little
also want to
time.
do a hot beat. I might mess with that. That's actually really cool.
It is, and
That
then
is
and
so
I know,
crazy.
like, for example, I know somebody like yourself. I never really hear your phone, like,
No, I
ever.
always
No,
have it
you always
vibrate.
have it on vibrate.
Yeah.
Exactly. So
Mhm.
imagine having a difference with knowing who's texting.
That's true.
It's pretty
yeah.
cool.
So you're telling me that I need to make a custom one for you, so that I know I need to text back as soon as possible.
I meant it backwards.
Oh.
I thought you could say it like where it could be like you know who to ignore me when you're getting it.
Oh yeah, yeah, of course, yeah, definitely.
There's people laughing in the background. It's very distracting.
Yeah, no, it's not. He's probably laughing at you.
Hey,
Um,
that's my mom, dog.
Yeah, that is your mom. Totally. Where is she?
Hey,
Can she make me a sandwich?
that's my joke.
I
But
know.
yeah. You gotta leave already, huh?
No, I've got a half an hour still.
Okay.
Well, on the iPhone topic, I know I just made a really bad segue. And one of the guys that was at our get together this weekend, he kept being like, "I'm worried about your segues, guys. I'm worried about your segues."
What's segue? Is that the thing when you like
Because
transition?
Yeah, because episode 14, it was the Dork Fight episode, and they were talking about that episode because it was the most recent one at the time. And so they were talking about it, and now they're going to know that we're talking about them on here.
Depending on how the engineer cuts it.
Totally.
I know I could
definitely
bribe him.
depends.
I know I could bribe him with some candy.
Oh, yeah?
He'll cut it how I want.
Oh, okay, alright. Speaking of the Super Bowl party, while we were at the Super Bowl get-together or whatever, we actually had some people that were talking to us about the podcast. People that had, like, just listened to it kind of randomly or
Most just
had
friends
some
and
ideas.
stuff.
Yeah, and they were talking about us doing, like, a section kind of like App of the Week. And I was kind
It's
of...
cool, but it's so unoriginal.
I know it is, and I was just trying to think
We already
of, like,
do
what
that
we
kind of
would-
randomly.
Yeah,
It's
I
not like
know.
we have to. We talk about apps all the time, just randomly, but it's not like we have to do it.
Yeah.
I like it more like kind of like freestyle.
Yeah, totally. Just so I didn't know. I just figured I'd bring it up to like see what they think. Like, do you guys
Yeah,
want to hear about an app every week? Would you, or like, do you want to give us like, do you want if you know of an app and you want us to talk about it, we'll talk about it.
We
It's
will.
totally fine.
We'll
man.
talk
Like,
about anything.
well, actually, I would actually
Everything
like
PG rated.
if that's a good way for us to figure out new apps and let other people know is we could review apps
For
that you guys think
example,
are good.
I'm looking for an app right now that can keep your finances. Like when you have, I'm sure there's apps or whatever, but
Yeah.
I just need to do more research. I'm looking for a pretty good app, and I know there's some already, but I'm looking for a good one that you can track, like your clients, and you could track what you made and how many hours and blah blah blah. All that
It's like
type of
almost
stuff.
like an invoicing app, essentially.
Kind of, but for yourself. It's just for yourself. You know, just you have an app and you see that something like that.
That's cool, actually. I wonder if there's one like that, but it's like there's a section for yourself, and then there's a section that you can actually email straight out to your clients, and then when they email back, it will actually, like, something will go through, and then all of a sudden it will just make all sense. That didn't make any sense.
I
at
actually
all.
got what you're saying. You're saying
Yeah.
you market and then you can include a client's email in there, and they get an invoice from your app. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And if you didn't say that, too bad, because you said that now.
Yeah, totally.
And it converts it into a
thank
PDF
you.
or something.
Translation!
Translation.
Yeah.
Callback.
Yeah.
Ice cream sandwiches. Hey, every time you say that, our
Yeah.
listeners get brain freezes.
Do they?
I don't know. I wrote that joke on Sunday, but I guess it didn't work.
Well, that's okay. I mean, as long as if it's the brain freezes and it makes them brainwashed and makes them feel like they have ADD, then they should really hear about this thing that's coming up.
Can they have an ADD in an SUV?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's coming up? Good transition.
I was trying, man. I was trying so
that
hard.
That was a good one.
So, Pinterest. Have you ever heard of Pinterest?
Tell me about it. I'm very curious.
I just found out about it last week, actually. Somebody invited me to it, and it's kind of like a... Well, this is my description of it. Was I said that it's Twitter meets Tumblr, and it's basically created for our culture because we're a bunch of brainwashed people with ADD, essentially. And what it basically is Pinterest is, like I said, it's like Twitter meets Tumblr. So it's like this big pool of just stuff that you like. So you go on, and you make so like right when I got invited to it, I got on. It had me log in straight through Facebook. Super smart.
Yeah.
Logs in through Facebook. The really big smart thing though is right when you log in through Facebook, the step for like welcoming and stuff, it automatically goes through all your Facebook friends and it says, okay, these are all the people that are on it, and this is who we recommend that you follow, and then they just follow it. They don't ask you if you want to follow them. It just makes you follow all those people. So I've been getting tons of follows on here, and I'm not doing anything. It's just because those are people that are getting into it. And what it is basically is like if you find something cool on the internet, and you create like a pin board. It's basically like, you know how we have those like those boards that you pin
so it's
stuff
like a
up.
bookmark thing.
Well, sort of. So you create a pin board, and you say like, I'm going to call this pin board Apple products. And it's like, okay, well, I really like this Apple product, so I found this picture of this Apple product, or it's an accessory or something. And I'm like, oh, this is really cool. So I pin it on my Apple board. So then people can go through my Pinterest thing and find all my boards and be like, oh, I like Apple, he likes Apple. Let me go through and look at all the stuff that he has on there, and then they can comment and they can like it and all this stuff like that. So it's kind of like, it's cool, but part of me thinks that it's not really necessary because, I mean, it's cool to combine stuff, but I feel like I wish that it would just be like Tumblr and Twitter would just, or something like that, they would just combine, but obviously they're not going to because it's good to have new stuff come out to push other people, but I just feel like this is just, it's almost a little too late, you know, for it. But it's a cool thing, and I invited you to it, but I guess you didn't get it. So
I don't remember getting this.
I'll invite you again.
I remember seeing this website though. I remember seeing it.
Yeah, and also like when you do the welcome screen, the welcome like login thing, super beautiful, man. There's like a push thing to like choose interests. I was playing with it for like a long time because it was such a cool like animations and interface and stuff. It's just really really cool. So if you get a chance, definitely check out Pinterest. It's PINTEREST.com. And it's all through Facebook. You probably have friends that are already on it, and you just didn't even know about it. But definitely
Like
check it
Voxter.
out. Like what?
Like Voxter, the walkie-talkie app. It's just like randomly everybody just had it.
Yeah, totally. Did we talk about that yet?
I think we talked about it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
it's a walkie-talkie app. I think we might have mentioned it a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, because I wrote that down too. That was when I brought up the app of the week. I was like, we might be able to talk about Voxer, but I didn't know if we already talked about it or not. So yeah, Voxer.
Yeah, if we didn't talk about it, guys, Voxer, just a little walkie-talkie app. It's pretty cool. It drains your battery a little more than I would like, but other than that, it's an interesting app. Check it out too. See, so we don't have we randomly talk about apps. We don't have to like forcefully.
No, of course. I know.
I like that more.
Makes sense. So yeah, so Pinterest, man.
I'll check that out.
I haven't really messed with it much, but I got invited and just
cool.
Kind of did the login. Really beautiful interface and stuff. So
speaking of beautiful interfaces,
yeah, what you got?
See, good transition.
Well, you gonna keep saying?
Then you gotta say it and kill it.
Come on.
Well, we talked about this already, but you know, Path, their interface is one of the best interfaces probably ever for anything.
Yeah.
Or for like a social app. And I recently, like we were mentioning, I recently got Path because you couldn't have it on the old operating system with 5.0. I can have it now, and I'm noticing it really. It's like Facebook, and it's like combines everything together pretty much, and everything. It's fairly minimal the way that stuff is, and things are just moved out of the way, and you're seeing the important stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
And it makes you want to take pictures when you're doing stuff. It makes you want to show all your stuff. Yeah. And it makes it exciting. It's a different experience than Facebook and Twitter and Foursquare. It combines them all together, and just it's a whole nother thing. And they have those little filters that they add, so you can add to your pictures, and it adds a whole nother thing as well. Just with that.
Yeah, and like the last update, actually, they added a red eye filter, I think, as well. Something that you could actually just take out red eye and stuff like that. And
cool.
So but Path, I've been talking about Path for a while.
Yeah, but now that I use it, it's a little different. And I only read about it and just hearing from friends like yourself and some other friends that I know that use it. But like also they have unique things that I haven't seen too many people do, like a little happy faces thing. So you can have, instead of just liking something, you can like it and then kind of like it, then not really like it, or
laugh at it,
or have a little heart like you love it or whatever. Yeah. So it gives you like different levels of stuff. Different levels of emotions. I like that a lot.
Yeah, totally. I agree with that completely. It's one of those things, and like it's cool because it tells you how many people have actually seen your post.
That part is extremely cool. That's one of my favorite parts.
That makes me super excited too. Like when I first started using it, like I would like post something, and then like an hour later, I'd be like, how many people saw it? And I'd be like, oh, 8, and then you can actually see who saw it.
Exactly. I love that as well. That's one of my favorite things. Period about that app is seeing who's actually seeing your stuff. So that is something I really like as well about it.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, Path, and also you've just now recently started using it, but what I like about it too is like everybody likes to feel like they were like the first on it, right? Like they've been on it, they're like a vet, they've been using it for a long time. So if you look at your friends, like when someone invites you, like, oh, I want to see your path, blah blah, they join. And when you look at theirs, I like looking at people and then seeing like that they have 1,000 moments in like 2 months. It's like really really cool. So like I'm at like 600 and it's in like 2 months. So I'm like feel super accomplished even though I really didn't accomplish anything. But it's something really cool about like being like that's how many times I posted on this thing in the past 2 months. There's something cool about it. I don't know. It's like a
there
badge
is.
of
It's an
honor
experience,
kind of. Yeah.
and it creates this new type of experience.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not exactly super different from
Yeah.
Facebook and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but just there is a little bit of a difference with it.
Yeah.
And then the way that things float and everything, and there's a lot of depth. You're moving stuff, and things is always moving, and it feels very interactive.
Yeah.
Not like a static thing.
Yeah,
So
totally.
I like that very much about it.
Another thing too that I think is very interesting on it, I'd like to do this kind of as an experiment. That's why I've been trying to use it a lot. Is like, think of if you died in a year. I know I'm getting really morbid, but you die in a year, but you pathed everything. Like you pathed as much as you could do in that entire year. Could they write a biography based on your path?
Would you be able to path from heaven, or you can if you're Jewish?
I don't think you can path from heaven.
Okay.
Maybe, are you chosen? So, was Steve Jobs chosen? Because if he was chosen, maybe he's up there making that possible.
I got chosen like second or third, but that was for the basketball team, and that was like 5th grade elementary.
I always got chosen last.
Seriously?
No, not seriously at all. I was the one choosing. I'm just kidding.
Finally!
But yeah,
Good
so Path, amazing. If you haven't gotten on it yet, definitely get on it if you can. It's only on iPhone right now. I don't know if it's coming to Android, but maybe in the future.
It's when you try to use it online,
Yeah.
it just has a video of how to use it. You can't really use it online. You can't use, or I didn't
No,
see
I know. We talked about this before.
Really?
It's only viewing experience online. It's because they don't want you to be able to path from your computer.
They
because
want
you want you to be out and doing stuff.
Yep.
You know.
But still, you should. But if you want to look and spy on other people, you can't.
I think you can comment on people's stuff.
But you can't look. You can't.
No.
It only gives you so much. Obviously, yeah, it makes it so you have to go on adventures and all that stuff to use it.
Yeah, and the only way that you can actually access
If you have an account.
is if somebody posts a link. You have to do it from.
And then you click it and it takes
That's the
like from
only
Facebook
way.
or whatever.
I actually like that personally, just because because it would get really diluted if like anybody on any desktop could just be like, oh, I'm gonna just use it. It would be really diluted. So
We'll see which direction they go, and then things
Yeah.
change too depending on the amount of users and all that stuff. Because Twitter used to be completely different than they are now. It used to be very simplified, and then all these directions, and now you can do this and video and blah 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 and interface and multiple stuff. It used to be way simpler. Just like this thing is very simple right now, and it might go some different directions. But I agree. I like the simplicity, and it's for a reason.
Yeah, totally. I guess on simplicity, we actually talked to some people this week about we talked about the DC logo last like a couple weeks ago. We actually got to talk to you had already been talking to him, but I actually got to sit down and talk with your friend that actually was involved a little bit with the whole DC thing, and he was talking about the differences and what it could be doing and stuff like that. And the funny thing is this week, I think actually yesterday.
Are you trying to steal my friends?
No, I'm not. Believe me, you tried really hard to make me not steal your friend.
Seriously?
Yeah, you kept going and being like, this is my friend.
It's funny.
DC this week.
You can borrow him.
Yeah, no problem. So DC this week actually they showed the color versions of some of them and how it's kind of going to get used.
Yeah,
and I'm actually very surprised, and I actually am it's growing on me a little bit now that I've gotten to talk to him and kind of hear animation wise kind of how it's going to be, and now to see some of the actual like what it looks like in color and how it's going to function a little bit on their app, it's pretty cool. I would definitely, in the show notes, I'm going to post an article from Bleeding Cool that just kind of shows a little bit of stuff, and it looks really good in color now. I'm actually really, really surprised.
And especially when there's movement, there's going to be animated and stuff, that will definitely be a completely different thing. So our point is that when you're seeing something and you don't know the exact meaning behind it or how it's going to be utilized, it's very important to not only see it visually, but to know how it's going to be used. Those are both important things. So now that we know that it's going to be used as a video or as multimedia, things moving in there as well, it's a different thought of mine.
Yeah, well, even these color ones, like if these aren't even used as if they're not used in motion, they still are really cool because it's just they're so. Think of all the different.
Which one was the only one you saw? Was it just that one that time?
No. It was none of these. These are all completely different, but these are all based off of different actual books. Like this one's Watchmen. This one's Green Lantern. I think that this one might be Batman. I don't know, but they're all different characters
Well,
or like universes.
So using
kind
the
of.
color scheme from the stories that they're.
Yeah, and like you can almost see like the power that they're gonna have. Like this one looks like it's like some like lightning or like something like that, and then this one looks like it might be frost or something like that. You know what I mean? So like that's what I think is really interesting about it. I didn't think that they were gonna use it this way, but they totally like it's completely different now. It changed your mind completely. But that other one that we saw before, that's supposed like I thought that they had announced it, but I guess it got leaked by a site somehow. And so now that it's not been leaked and they actually are showing something, I wish I didn't see that other one before because, well, I guess actually since I saw Lost, now I think about it, it actually makes this better. I know I just went backwards, but
Yeah, because that's what happens too. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of times in design, you see something and it
Yeah.
can make something else look. So everything's like in proportion to something else, or it changes a different perspective. Are you
Yeah.
looking at something and then next to something else, it could look way worse than standing there by itself. All that
Yeah.
stuff. So everything's like in comparison to something else.
Yeah, totally.
Just
Man.
in general.
So definitely check that logo out, and hopefully we'll get to see something soon from DC as far as like the animation and stuff and how it's gonna work.
Wait, the president's gonna do animations?
Yeah, he is, dude.
Wait, Washington D.C. or what D.C.?
District of Columbia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dude. We're gonna get Columbia to do animations for us in the district.
Columbiana.
Columbiana, there we go. Yeah, bring it all back. Not really, but it's cool. So
People are so confused.
it's alright.
They're just confused.
Oh, you know, I did want to bring up one other thing, and I
No.
don't know much
No.
about this, and it's just gonna be something really, really quick. But today I was looking on Twitter. Did you see? Have you gone on Twitter lately? Like Twitter.com?
I did not go today the whole day. Today was
Okay.
such a busy day for me.
Yeah, I understand.
But last time I was doing anything was yesterday, like online and stuff.
Well, I glanced at it today, and there's actually a section on Twitter now for a beta that's going on where it's like an auto tweet function that is built into Twitter now.
Oh,
Their actual
that's
site.
gonna put a bunch of applications out of business.
I know. But it's in beta, and all I did was glance at it. I clicked it, and I looked, and I didn't have time to really mess with it, but I thought it was really interesting. I'd like to look into it more and maybe, like, do a review on it or something down the road, because it's definitely interesting that they're actually doing that, because that makes me think there's going to be a lot more spammers, because that's what creates spammers is all those different apps.
Yep, you can be a bot out of scratch.
Yeah,
Give me all
exactly.
these bots.
But I just figured I'd bring that up.
Way to ruin the mood, Cameron.
Hey, man, we're heading out of here anyway, so it's cool.
Wait,
Yeah, you're not coming with me?
Am I?
No, you're not coming with me. I was just kidding.
Where are you going anyways?
Trivia night.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a new thing I do on Tuesday, trivia night,
Oh.
at a local place.
And
That's
draw
fun.
pictures?
Yeah, we do some drawings. It's at a place that serves some beverages. Right?
Beverages.
Yeah. We're pretty much done, right?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Well, if you guys have any questions or any concerns, or
Unless they're stupid questions.
no, we'll take
The stupid
questions.
ones. We'll give you
even
extra
more.
credit for those.
Yeah. You can definitely hit us up on Twitter at StudioDork, and you can hit us up on Facebook at facebook.com/StudioDork. And you can hit us up on our contact section of our site by emailing us. You can leave a comment on anything on the site. Definitely remember we're doing our 1 year anniversary coming up here in March 17th is our one year anniversary.
Does that mean we're 8 years old in dork years?
Are we doing dork years now? But yeah, so remember we're doing that. We're doing the Dork Survival Kit giveaway that's going on.
Woo!
And so for that, we
If
are
you want to
actually...
survive,
Yeah, if you want to survive in this dorky world that we live in, you
Yep.
definitely need to get this Dork Survival Kit. So it's going to be a bunch of swag, and the way that you enter is you go and you like us on Facebook, become friends with us on Google+, follow us on Twitter, any social area that you find us in, and you can follow or like us or something, do that. That enters your name in. Every single time that you do it, it enters your name in. So if you like us on Facebook, like us on Google+, and follow us on Twitter, that's 3 times that you're in the hat. And we're basically just going to put numbers and names in a hat, randomly choose one, and that person's going to win the Dork Survival Kit. So like us on everything that you can, because that gives you a better chance.
and it's going to be a Laker hat, so...
Yeah? What if they don't like Lakers? Now nobody wants to do it. Look what you did.
Look what you did!
Yeah, so...
No, yeah, but it is going to be a Laker hat.
Okay, good.
Yeah. With
So
no
that...
dandruff.
Good. Blizzard. So...
Typography everywhere.
Yeah. So that is the 1 year anniversary, and like I said, right now you guys probably already got it last week. Just did our celebration of 1 month with no apocalyptic anything of the site being exploding after our new version coming out. So we want to thank you guys for sticking with us when we were talking about trying to freaking do the new version of the site and all that stuff like that, and you guys
throughout
waiting
all
and
our
stuff.
fights and
Yeah,
shifts.
yeah, dealing with all
There's
this
more of that
stuff,
stuff coming, though. There's way more of that.
Oh yeah. There's more to come. Don't you worry. But,
we got dork gloves now.
Yeah, and
dork fighting gloves.
Yeah, this is getting crazy in here. It's basically like two giant bow ties on either hand, and we're just like fighting all the time.
Weapon of choice, iPad.
Yeah. Dude, we should totally do a video like that. We did that in school. Remember when we all had like our iPads or our phones
The people
out?
were cracking up.
It's so stupid.
That was so funny.
Alright, but yeah, so definitely, and you're obviously listening to us, so you figured out that you can find us on YouTube, you can find us on iTunes, you can find us on Podomatic if you want to use Podomatic, but definitely if you're on iTunes, or even if you're not on iTunes, go into the iTunes store, and review us. Give us a review. It gets traction for the site, people can see it, listen to the show. You know, if you got a friend that maybe is in design, tell them, hey, I've got this cool podcast, check it out. And even if you don't like it, review us. 1 to 5 stars, recommend, or we want 5 stars, but if you can't give us 5 stars because something else happened, like maybe Gary too much, and now you want to give us 3 stars.
Or you wanted to give us 5 stars, but you pressed the 1 star by accident. We understand.
Yeah, just write a really good review. That's all we're asking, okay? Yeah, but definitely iTunes.
We would actually recommend iTunes first.
Of course.
As a you try to listen to us through iTunes, but if you can't, YouTube is cool too. And
and just subscribe to the show. Like this week is interesting. Like this is the week that would be interesting to be subscribed because you're gonna get 4 new shows.
You're gonna get 4 new shows.
So you never know. We might slip one in, and then you wouldn't even be on. You wouldn't be subscribed, and you wouldn't even know. Like we might slip in. You wouldn't even know. Yeah, man.
So you could miss on what we're talking about. Like you might not even know about Path.
Yeah, exactly. So now, if you subscribe, you will. So definitely check us out on there and subscribe if you want to. You can also subscribe to us on YouTube. That too, we do recommend iTunes, but YouTube is there too. And just leave us a comment. Anywhere you want to leave us a comment. There's tons of places.
We sound like such beggars now.
No, not at all.
Please feed us.
No, not at all. But yeah, so that's pretty much it, man.
No, but really, please feed us. Yeah.
Yeah, go get yourself some coffee.
Get a sandwich, man.
Go get some coffee, man. Starbucks.com. All you gotta do is click that button on the right hand side. Say use Starbucks.com just for you. Because you wanna know why? You are the dork and you work hard and you deserve to give yourself some coffee.
And dorks just wanna have fun, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
It's not getting dork in here this time.
No, probably not. Yeah.
There's a lot of light. That's why.
Yeah, totally. We paid our bill.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, guys, and stay dorky.
But not too dorky. Semi-dorky.
Yeah. Should we do a rewind?
Yeah.
So we went slow-mo. So it was Michael Bay backwards. Essentially. All right, cool.
Or frontwards. I don't know. Yeah.
Forwards, backwards?
Yeah.
Side to side?
Paid forward?
Oh, that was
a good movie.
That was a good movie.
I like Kevin Costner.
It was actually filmed at a high school in Vegas. Yeah.
You can tell from the background.
Yeah. Well, it was, yeah. But it was at Centennial High School. I didn't go there, but I had friends that went there. But it was actually portrayed as a middle school in there, which is crazy because I don't know what middle schools at large. But anyways, that's cool.
Hey, I like how you've been acting like, oh, this is just going to be bloopers, and it ends up being like the main thing, and it just starts off like that.
You know why that works?
Who says that works, Mr. Non?
You want to know why I do that?
I don't know if that works,
because if I tell you to do bloopers, then you just go completely crazy.
So you just told me. Why would you tell me now then? Now I know.
Because you're asking me. You didn't ask me before.
But you need to act like you don't know the answer so then you can continue doing your dumb recipe.
We're just progressing, Gary. Okay, if you can't handle it, get out of the studio, Gary. If you can't handle it, get out of the studio. Okay, if you can't handle the door, get out of the studio.
I was about to say that.
I knew you were going to.
You cut me off twice before I could say it, then you say what I was going to say.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I roll.
We're posting a pad right now. Why are you talking all this information?
Facebook and Twitter.
How do I attach you? You better cut this so it doesn't sound like there's dead air.
Oh, don't even worry.
Stop being a cutter.
Why are you trying to tell me how to be an engineer, okay? Because now I'm an engineer.
I like how you took these words that I said. I was being super sarcastic, and now you took it all like serious.
No, Cameron is an engineer. Woo! Yeah. Alright, so let's
yeah.
get it going now. Episode 19, by the way.
Why would you tell me that?
So you don't mess it up again, even though you got it right the last
I have
time.
it.
Oh, good. Awesome. Oh, yeah, also, your phone's on silent, right?
Why would you? When do it?
Well, no, the reason I'm asking is because...
You're gonna cut this podcast good, right?
No, yes,
it's like me saying
but
that.
the reason I'm asking...
There was a couple sound effects on yours, too.
Yeah.
They weren't just on mine. There was some that came out on yours, too.
No, dude.
But where?
There were none on mine.
Yeah,
fight.
fight.
There were none. I guarantee you there were none.
There was some sound effects. There was like 90% of some sound effects from 2 hour podcasts were mine. 10% of them were yours.
Page flipping and stuff?
I don't know what it was.
Not my iPad, not my
No,
phone.
I don't know what it was. Not page flipping. Sound effects from either your phone or whatever. It was mostly me, but there was a couple that were you.
Okay, that's fine. Let's start the show.
We can't say these type of words.
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna cut it. Don't worry about it. Okay. Hey, we got new paintings.
Oh, nobody even knows. No one even cares.
Well, we didn't take any photos or anything.
Oh yeah, some new paintings in the Dork Mansion.
Yeah.
Going on.
It's funny that you chose it and then you bought a painting with like a Buddha type thing.
I kind of liked it, and the color scheme is so great right there.
Yeah, the color scheme is really nice. I do have to agree with that.
I was asking, Cameron mentioned, because we have a pretty high ceilings here, and Cameron mentioned they're a little too high. And you know, Cameron is more of an artist than me, so he understands on that stuff, museums and all that type of stuff. And I'll actually disagree with him because our ceilings are pretty high, and I think that where they are is pretty good.
I know, but
I think about the demographic. I don't want people like touching them and messing with them too much. I want them like higher.
Yeah, but
and I asked people's opinions. Like, do you guys think this is too high? And I kept asking people. I know some people's opinions might not matter as much because they might not know about all that type of stuff.
But think about when you do layout. This is a really good example.
Usually you have things higher.
You do, but not this high. Think of the spacing between the top and the bottom. The bottom is almost triple.
You can't think about it from the floor. You think about it from the couch.
I'm thinking from the couch. It's almost triple from the space on the top. That's how I do it. And the reason I know that is because when you mat something with a window mat.
I like it how it is.
I know. I'm justifying.
And I'm gonna probably put one right there too.
I figured. Yeah.
All right, guys.
So thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening to the bloopers. It's not a blooper. It's an after show, man.
Can we say "Stay Dorky" like really slow, so then when I cut it and I can speed it up and it would be really weird because I slowed it down in one of the episodes.
That's pretty cool how you did it on one of them.
Yeah.
Mr. Engineer.
I'm just messing with stuff, dude. Nothing crazy.
Such a messer.
Yeah, dude, totally.
Stay Dorky. Are we late yet? Yeah, we're totally late. We were late like a long time ago, but it's okay. Alright guys, for real though, thanks for listening to us. We appreciate all your support. Much love, kids. Yeah.